If you reach your 40s and you are still in your shit show phase, you need to take a deep look at your
Wait a
aging.
minute.
And that's how we start the podcast, because we're recording right now.
And you are.
I feel like it's solid advice.
32.
I am 40-ish. No, I'm 40, which I'm totally fine with. I love getting older, but like I feel like if you have reached a certain age and like people around you describe you as your first descriptor is whoo, shit show. It's time to take a look.
Uh-oh.
Maybe take a break.
Okay.
Maybe go somewhere.
How would
else.
you describe me?
You are not.
Okay.
A very talented
My
artist.
friends would probably say, "Oh yeah, she."
No way.
I walked
No,
in and
me?
you were fully clothed.
You're right.
So I did not get that impression
Right? Okay,
good.
whatsoever.
Thank you.
Like your
No.
pants were on.
You have a stable relationship,
Yeah.
job,
Yeah, but-
home.
If things around you are a shit show, that's one thing. If
Yeah.
you yourself
See?
are
Oh, that
like
might be it.
Right.
a shit show yourself.
Just around me.
Yeah. Like you can't help the storm
Right.
that you're in. If you yourself are a shit show, take a break. Let's go to therapy. Let's go to a retreat in the mountains. It's fine.
Please.
So introductions, John? Or
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to. Sorry, I've got too much going on here that I didn't have
You got
set
like
up
a
in time.
mixing board. I feel like
he can like
Somebody's-
show
Squeaka,
stuff on
squeaka,
TV.
squeaka.
I think that mic over there is the one that makes that hum noise, but we'll deal with
Oh, is that
that
what
later.
that is?
Hum.
Yeah.
Is that
Well,
what that-
you can in the headphones you can
In
hear
the
like a.
headphones.
Zzz.
There's
I'm
a
like
humming sound.
The heater.
You can hear it too.
I
Okay.
was just say, wow, this is worse than I thought.
Well, I heard a hum noise.
Well, I was
just
just I
really
was just
observant.
going back, and that's what I was looking for. On January 27th, 2018, one Miss Jenn Stillman was the first person on the
18?
podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
How long? Oh my god. That's almost like
That's 3 years.
that's almost 4
Almost
years.
4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good choice in first guest, sir.
Also a second guest.
Ed probably the
Almost third guest.
third. Yep.
And fourth guest.
Yep. It got us some
No.
listeners.
Yeah.
eh?
Thank
It
God,
got it
Jen
going.
took my spot for a while.
And then I was going to say, I don't know that we've done it again since. So this is,
Yeah.
So much has changed.
Everything went.
Weren't you?
everything's
Was-
different.
Was she still working at Little Power Shop then?
Huh?
No.
I don't think so. No, I think we like I
18?
was.
No.
No, yeah, because I was at Marty's office at
Okay.
that point because I started at Marty's office at 17,
And you're
and
still
then
there.
yes, and then the apocalypse hits.
Right.
Which
What
was
do you
like
mean?
the
I don't know
perfect
what you
timing
mean.
for you to get involved.
Yes, yeah,
Oh.
perfect. You know what? Who wouldn't want a government job right
Ugh.
now when
God.
everything is caving in?
It's perfect, really.
So much fun. Trisha said something like I was really good at customer service or whatever, and I was like, yes, when there are things that I can control.
Yeah.
But when people call and they're just like, Dad, I'm like, I am not a virologist. I have never studied medicine. I cannot tell you when this will end or what's happening. Like, I have no idea. And they're just like, why? And I'm like, call your doctor. Please just call your doctor. Please stop calling me. I don't know what to tell these people.
So we haven't fully explained. She just said she's working for Marty.
Oh, yeah. I work for a state office, a Pennsylvania state office, which is
Martin.
Representative. I am a constituent outreach specialist. I have 3 names in my title. In case you want to do a how important
Do you
I am.
like it? I mean, you've been doing it for obviously a while.
It's a job. No, it's really honestly not bad. Like I'm learning a lot about government. I am learning a lot about self-composure. I am learning a lot about myself as a human. It's not a hard job. And it's not like everything. It's I've seen like when they're show like the January 6th footage and stuff like that of people working in like the federal government, like the stuff that they have to go through. No, sir. I sit in an office with my slacks and I get some coffee breaks and people will call and either be in a great mood or a terrible mood. And that's pretty much customer service no matter where you are. So
Right.
I'm into it. Like, it's cool. But it also gives me like time to do the photography stuff and I worked at Willow Bay for a while, and I also like to take naps at 4:30 in the afternoon. So this job allows me so many things,
Sounds dreamy.
mostly the naps.
The Willow Bay thing seems pretty cool.
It is cool. I get to be outside,
What do you do there?
not wear a bra.
Don't you work in the
Is
little
that-
booth thing? When
Is
you
that an
pull it?
actual position?
Yes.
Like,
They found the perfect candidate. Yeah, there's a little booth out there. It's like a States Park.
When you pull
National
in,
Park.
like to the campground, John?
Yeah.
You know how we've done that before?
Yep.
She works there.
I work at the little booth. It's hot as balls, so I have to hang out there. So really, I'll wear the least amount of clothes as possible. So like, it's no bra town USA. So like, I'll wake up, put on some makeup, like put on like my hippie garb, and then I go out there and I give people $5 parking passes, and off they go. And people are like, "How's the water level? Is it safe for boat?" Do you think I go down to the water? Like I drive to
Say
this
good.
tiny
It's
hot
great.
box, and I
have
sit
no
in
idea.
here and sweat my nuts off. I don't know. Go down and see for yourself. You're the one with the boat. And then also,
You're
like,
gonna find out in a minute. That's all you have to say.
and then like have you ever been on a boat?
They
Would you
notice,
like to?
Ew.
they notice no bra.
1 million. Oh my god! And then this is fun. I love how this is going already. So I don't shave my armpits. So I don't shave anything. I don't care. I don't want to anymore, and I'm 40 and I don't have to. So I don't shave anything. So I was wearing like this tank top, no bra, like everything's hanging out. And this guy comes up and he's like, "Where are you from?" And I was like, "Here, Bradford." And he's like, "Sure you're not from overseas?" And
Oh
I'm
my
like, "Yep,
God.
I'm pretty sure." And he's like, "I knew a girl from Austria looked like you." I'm like, "You mean she didn't shave?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's what I meant."
you should
Oh my
you should
God.
develop some sort of accent.
I tried. Here. Okay, so I went overseas. I went to the Faroe Islands and I tried. Like I did my little British accent that I do sometimes. And
That's perfect.
you would think so, but the guy that we were with, his name was Aon, and he was a lovely man. He was our guide, and he spoke like Danish, Finnish, like everything. So I said something like I was going to do a persona and talk in an accent, and I was like, I don't think I could pull it off. And he's like, you can't. And I'm like, yeah, maybe
That's a
like.
challenge.
I was like, maybe if I work out it. He looked me dead in the eye. He's like, no, you can't. And I'm like, okay.
Well, that guy's just a downer.
I
It's
know.
just a stick in the mud.
I thought I did pretty well.
It sounds good.
This one is actually like more like Dickensian beggar, like a child who's like, "Please, Sam, I have another." Like I feel like there's other accents that I could do, but like, and then that one wouldn't even allow me for like hairy ass armpits. Like I'd have to be like more Swedish, I think.
You're gonna have to do like a few of them, and then when there's like a group of people coming in together, like say there's two cars that are together,
Yeah,
and have like a British one, and then maybe an Australian one,
right.
and then you know that they're gonna fight about it all day.
Yeah.
Like the chick with the hairy armpit, the Australian chick.
Yeah.
No, she's British, dude.
Or like
Clearly
Jamaican,
Yeah.
like make it so.
yeah.
But
Just
then like,
completely cause chaos
Irish.
with these people.
Throw some Irish. in
but the
there.
thing is, once I start doing like a Jamaican for some reason, I'll like go into Irish. Like it gets there
Well,
real quick, and
it's kind of similar.
right, like I've got to stick with like one or the other, and like the Dickensian beggar one is not sexy. It's not just like I do like it's
Yeah, right.
That's
You sound like you're gonna kick a dude's ass.
right.
Same, John.
Bye,
You're
John. Thank you for stopping by.
You need one, Pam?
I can't do.
Do you need one,
accents.
Pam?
I've tried. Yeah, I told him.
I'm gonna officially try to fill this page with doodles.
Okay.
Perfect.
What is it?
Doodles.
Doodles. I love a good doodle. Is that pizza?
Thank you, sir.
She's a
Yep.
doodler.
Yeah, that's
And
good.
ice cream.
Yeah.
And a $1 bill.
Nice.
I cannot have pizza, but I can have ice cream, which is thankfully. Jeez.
Whoa!
Really
How could we have
wow.
done
Do you
that?
want your drink?
I'll take my ginger ale.
Okay.
So I was actually thinking about this. You also waitress during the whole pandemic.
Oh my
So
god.
you're almost a masochist.
Yeah.
When people are like,
Are you still Jim?
No, I quit.
Oh.
Well, I had to take some time off because I have Lyme disease and I have like Lyme arthritis, which if anyone has any kind of like, if you've ever had to deal with arthritis of any kind, it is horrific. It hurts so bad. It hurts your whole body, blah, blah, blah. So working as a waitress just made everything so much worse. Like I'd get done with a shift and I'd barely be able to walk, and it was just getting worse. So I had to quit being a waitress, which is a bummer because working all day at Marty's office, I'm a citizen. I wear slacks, and I talk nicely to people and I'm very diplomatic. And then I get to the restaurant and and they're like, hey, can I have a beer? I'm like, hey, you can fuck yourself. So it was a really nice to live both my lives like that. So, but yeah, during the,
Wait, I've had you as a waitress and you've never said go fuck yourself.
no, I mostly keep that to the
On
kitchen.
the inside.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
It was actually really funny. Side story. Trisha called one night to place an order. I put the phone in my smock and I was like, I'm really busy. Hold on one second. I'm going to put you in my smock, blah, blah, blah. I totally forgot she was there. During this time, I got a party in and these girls come in and they're like, it's somebody's 21st birthday.
Oh, no.
And they do that. We want something fruity. Oh. And then I have to sit there and like I have a whole restaurant full of people and I have to go up and make like fruity Pop-Tart strawberry smoothie with a shot of like I have to make it
Thanks
so
for giving me
girly.
an idea.
And then
Thank you. You're welcome. And then like while I'm doing this, I'm just motherfucking these people up and down. I'm just like, what the fuck? Trisha's in my pocket. She hears this whole
I love that she stayed on.
Yes. She listened to me for 15 minutes just scream about this idiot whose birthday it was. And then later she was like, you're so mean. I'm like, yeah, but like they didn't hear me. But if you go to a bar and it's the waitress is busy as shit and she's the only one there, do not order 15 shots of the fruitiest shit you could just
Give me a beer.
and
Get tequila.
it's just going to be throw up later in that group.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
You're
there's going to
gonna-
be somebody who's not going to take it. Like, oh my God, I can't take this.
And you're like,
You're gonna walk outside.
drinking it.
You're gonna walk outside, and it's gonna look like an alien came.
Yes, that's exactly what happens.
I just boinked the table.
Oh, that's
You
fine.
boinked.
it.
I
Boink
boinked
away.
the
Way to
microphone.
boink stuff.
But yes, during the
Christy.
pandemic, I did
maybe
do
it was
waitressing as well.
So
So
much boinking.
it was. Everyone, like the people that are like, I was home, I haven't seen a soul in months or whatever. I'm just like, are you effing kidding me? Like, I got more work.
I like to debate people about masks and vaccines and things like that
Of course you
for
do.
no reason. No, I don't. Like
Of course you do.
when you go into a restaurant or you have people in front of you, you're like, oh my God, move it along, Sean Hannity.
Oh. It was, so people, like, I got it from both ends, like Marty's office and then the brew, and people would be bitching about it. And I'm just like, me, personally, do whatever you want. Live your best life. I don't give a shit anymore. At first, like, I was like, well, this is for public safety and snit. Do whatever you want. Do what you want. Do what you want. I don't care. I don't
Because
care
they're
anymore.
going to anyway.
They're going to anyway. I don't care. I'm not your mother. I'm not your guidance counselor. And I'm certainly not trying to be your wife. So just do whatever the fuck you want. I wear a mask when I want to. I got the vaccination. That's how I'm living my life. You do whatever the shit you want. If you want to run around naked telling everybody about the dangers of wearing a mask because of Jesus, I don't care. I don't care.
I think I'm
I
going.
give up.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna go naked everywhere now.
I said so.
I was gonna say because
Because Jen gave
Jen
you.
told me.
I have
Permission?
3 names in my title. I have a constituent outreach specialist.
And a constituent
Take your clothes
outreach
off.
specialist told
Come on,
me
baby.
I should spend my life naked.
If I were to hit on people,
So-
that could be it. Be like, I'm a specialist.
Yes.
Take it off.
I don't. Yeah.
I don't hit
That's
on people
perfect.
though because humans are awful. But yeah, working as a waitress during the pandemic was actually like if you've ever like seen a waitress like sweating so hard that she's losing weight behind one of those
Yes.
masks. Oh my God.
It's worse in gym class.
Oh, I bet. Pipes, do you have to wear a mask in school?
We have to wear it in gym class.
Do you
out on the
really?
track.
The thing that I hate about the world right now is,
Everything.
well, yeah, but the stupid mask mandates for people that work.
Yes.
So everywhere you go, you're like, wear a mask, peasant.
Yeah.
While I shop freely with my face uncovered.
Yeah.
Is kind of what it feels like. It just
Yeah.
seems wrong.
It does.
It does.
I know.
I
I
went-
understand that certain businesses can make that decision depending on whether they feel like it's important for their the safety of their employees. I get that. To have a mandate out there, like what Marty does, honestly, like what he like is fighting to do is bring it back to a local level where like if it's that bad in your area or if you have like 3 employees and you see 2 people in life in person like during the day, do you have like it's up to
Right.
the business, you know? So if they feel like it's important and for the safety, fine. But going to Tops, grocery store is chock full.
Well, in what sense does it make? You have 500 people in Walmart.
Oh, no.
50 of them work there. They're all wearing masks, and the other 450, do whatever you want.
Because somebody's gonna not wear a mask in there and go home, get COVID, and say it's because Walmart's employees didn't have
True.
masks on.
Or
That's the kind of dickhead society we live in.
I kind of thought, like, when I worked at the restaurant and, like, people didn't have to wear them after a while, and we still did, we see a lot of, the restaurant was busy. So we would see a lot of people, and they would be in there and be with a group of, like, you know,
And they
5 or
would just
6
see
and
you.
leave.
I see.
And then, but me, I would see, you know, 70, 100 people during my night. And, like, when it was busy in there, you have to bend down to hear. So they're, like, spittling on my face. So I was okay with the mask. Listen, if you can't
Full-on
recognize
shield.
me in public and, like, that means I don't have to stop and talk to you, I will wear a face mask the rest of my damn life.
Wait, do you want to talk to us?
Yeah, that's why I'm here. I came here.
Okay.
So, but if you see me out, just
Not in public.
nope, I'll have the
Do not.
mask on. You won't recognize me.
Do you ever
You're
run into
pretty
people in public?
recognizable.
I like made in the past few weeks made 12,000 trips to the hardware store trying to fucking put all this shit together.
What did you break? Is that what you set
No,
up
he's
tonight? The
adding
heater?
an additional
Well, the heater, and
Okay.
we put that bathroom in here a couple weeks ago.
Ooh,
And so
fancy.
it's like every one of these projects require. Well, today I was at Costas 3 times because I keep getting or forgetting things.
Yep.
But I just want to, like, I'm trying to get this heater done because I have some imaginary deadline in my head that I have to get
Always.
the heater done tonight.
Well,
She's
it's-
met you. She knows.
Oh, I know. But it's 0
And-
degrees. So let's go there. More heat.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. But then you're like trying to just go in and out and you just run into people. And I've had the same conversation with 4 different people on 3 different trips.
Yep.
You're like, yes, it's fucking snowing.
Yep. That's
Cool.
why
Yeah,
when
I'm working on my gas
the
line.
mask
Like,
thing,
fuck.
or even like not wearing a mask, but the no stoppy talkies, like it took away the small talk aspect of
6
things.
feet, bro.
Yes, and also like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't make your stupid party that I don't want to go to in the first place. COVID. That was like
It was okay.
it was a hermit's dream. Like, sorry, can't make it. Oh my God, like I didn't see you. You had a mask on. Couldn't I know who they were.
Sorry.
That's awesome. You had a hood. You are not even yourself. You
I can
get away
pick out
with
your
everything.
asshole eyes anywhere. I knew it was you. I just went by.
Yeah, I usually I usually wear makeup. So when I I think that I somehow shapeshift when I don't wear makeup and my hair is up looking like a homeless person. You can't recognize me. Yes, you can. Like I try to be like, no, they didn't know it was me. Yes, they did, and I'm a dick, but that's fine. COVID. I was
COVID.
worried for my health.
Speaking of servers, I've been saving this for a while. I wanted to talk about this for a while,
Oh, goody.
and I figured you're the perfect person to talk to it about.
What?
Did you see this whole thing?
What is it? What happened?
Did you hear about this?
No.
You live in this town.
It's Bradford.
Oh my God, that's a Bradford McDonald's.
Back in September, all the employees
Yes.
just left one day.
Oh, okay. Yes, I did hear about that. I thought this was more recent. Yes. I did hear about that. Well, don't they get paid like
Wait a minute.
$8 an hour?
So
Well,
the other thing is, Chris said that you can no longer go in and order.
Nope,
it's
it's
only
drive-through
drive-through.
only.
I heard
Oh,
so.
Did you
really?
know that?
No, I
It's
didn't know
only
that.
drive-through.
Here.
Are they
Is that
are there
live
dogs
cash?
that want to come talk to me? More dogs? I want the
No,
dogs.
it's
The
probably
dogs
like
are in
cash.
the house.
Yeah, don't they get paid like $8 an hour?
well, that was their big thing. They were citing that. See, what was crazy was there was one guy that kind of organized it.
Really?
Yeah, whatever.
Flag the
Whatever that-
franchise
There's
closed.
a fella here somewhere. But what was hilarious,
Air conditioning units?
he just had multiple complaints, and their big bitch is
Are they pissed off about the ice cream machine? I am.
everybody always is. Their big
It's like
complaint
notorious.
always was that when New York State went to $15 an hour,
Oh, yeah, dude.
so you can go to Olean and make $15 an hour working at McDonald's.
Yep.
But if you worked in Bradford McDonald's that are owned by the same company, you'd only get paid like $7.25 or $8.25
Yep.
to start out. Or
Oh,
whatever.
no shit.
Same shit with Tops. Tops headquarters is in New York. So, and most of their stores are in New York. So, like Tops, like employees were getting New York minimum wage, which was 15. But because the Tops in Bradford is a Pennsylvania store, they only got like Lucy worked during the pandemic. Get this shit. This is amazing. Beautiful. It's just the biggest fuck you I've ever seen come out of a corporation. So they worked during a pandemic. Lucy made, I think, like $10 an hour. they were trying to they are in a union, so they tried to be like, we need more money, we're working during a pandemic. Like literally Lucy had a mask on, she had on these really just ill-fitting gloves that looked like you're trying to reach up a cow's asshole, like those kind of gloves.
Right.
So she was working there and like getting yelled at by like adult people. They would come in and be like, this is ridiculous, and Lucy's 17, so she's like, okay, what, I'll report back to corporate for you. Like, what is she gonna do?
I'll get on that.
Yeah. So they raised it up 50 cents. They got a 50-cent an hour raise only for a couple months, pandemic monies. And then they took it away, I think, after like so many months. Yep, they went back down to $10. When they tried to make the argument, like, our New York stores are getting $15 an hour, why aren't we? They're like, fuck you, you're in PA, you don't need that New York money. Then, for the thank you, to thank the employees of Tops Friendly Markets for working during a pandemic, they got a coupon for 50% off a piece of Tops pizza.
Come on.
Yep.
Stop it.
Say that again.
They got 50% off a piece of Tops pizza from the deli.
It's bananas.
That was
Oh my
their
God.
fucking thank you.
Like, you'd be better off to not do anything.
That's
Yes.
what I was like.
That's worse.
That is
Oh my God. Did she
horrific.
quit then? Is that
Yeah,
what?
yeah. Like that, she got that, and then she just, like, Lucy has anxiety struggles, and like this was not helping. Like getting yelled at by adult people, like having to wear a mask all the time and not being able to breathe, and like they'd have to shut the lines down, bleach the shit out of everything. Because at first, remember, we're washing our dishes, washing our groceries, washing our
Yes.
doorknobs, changing our clothes on the front stoop before we came in the damn house. Like,
Right.
like doctors on the war front. Like,
And what's weird is, think about how much of that shit was just dumb.
Yeah.
Like, we
Yeah.
didn't know any better.
We went
No.
through so much shit that we
but
didn't have to.
Like,
Yep.
it's insanity. And then just the other day, I saw something about COVID numbers are on the rise again. So they're like, we have to start washing everything down and masks. And it's like, again?
Yeah.
Like, it didn't work the first time.
Right.
Like, what are you doing?
right. I think that we have reached the point that, like, we are aware of what COVID does. We've seen it. And it can be really horrific, or it can be a cold. And between, like, people getting vaccinated and people actually getting it, I think the, like, immunity is, like, on the uptick. So eventually...
be.
Yeah, it has to be. And eventually we just have, like, we can't keep destroying businesses and you know, just really affecting everybody's lives to keep people from getting sick, because it's been almost 3 years into it, and it doesn't seem that we've done it like a
It's
lot.
going to be here forever.
Well,
Right.
and
It's gonna
the
be
bad
like the
part
flu.
was, for the longest time, the first year, the average death mortality age of a COVID patient was 2 years older than, like, the normal mortality age
Right.
in the United States. And you're like,
Right.
wait, what?
Right. And it's like horrific. You don't want anybody to die of
No.
something that is preventable.
Right.
But there's a point where it's just like people have to take their own actions to do it. We know what could happen. Like, you don't want to go out, don't go out. You want to wear a mask when you go out, wear a mask. You want to get the vaccination, get the vaccination. You're not comfortable going to social settings, don't do it. But, like, we've gotten to the point where it's like, we know what could happen. People can make their own choices. We're adults.
I just feel like everything's turned into, we're Bills fans or Steelers fans. So we're vaccination fans or we're not. We like masks or we don't.
Right.
You know what I mean? And anybody could like the Steelers as an asshole. You don't like the Bills? God.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Yeah, the-
immediately get your bristles up and have to be like, whoa!
And then it's the
just like,
same
who
thing.
cares?
Right, and it's the same thing. You're like, the Bills suck this year. They haven't won a game all year. Yeah, they're my team though, bro. Steelers suck. And you're like,
But do they?
wait,
Like, actually,
what?
during the pandemic, I flew like 5 times. I had a boyfriend that lived in Phoenix. I was
yeah.
jumping
I
on
forgot
them
about that.
planes. Like,
You were just, give me all the germs.
yeah, I didn't give a shit. I was
Yeah,
licking stuff.
when I got the calendars from you last year,
Wow.
I think you were like getting ready to head.
All the
I'm
stuff.
like, really?
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I went to Phoenix like 4 or 5 times during the pandemic, and like I flew. I had to wear a mask for like 12 hours a day in the airport. Like, it was obnoxious. But like I went and hung out with like him and his friends and did stuff. Like, I continued to like not be just absolutely terrified to continue on. Like, I was cautious, and yeah, I was a little scared because God knows what this thing is, but I was just like, I can't just sit around and be like, what's gonna happen? Because I will drive myself crazy. Like, me personally, for me, that was too much. To be cautious and squirt hand sanitizer on everybody, fine, I'll do that. And I would. I'd mom
You did
out.
that before, anyways.
Yeah, just squirting constantly on people.
Hey,
I did.
Oh, way to get a text right in the middle of the podcast, Pam. God.
God damn. I love how your phone
Can't
like
help it.
talks to you like a bud. Hey.
So you have to, on tonight or when I was working earlier today, you have to. I don't know if you like South Park,
Yeah.
but
Yes.
did you see their post-COVID
No.
special?
No.
It is hilarious.
Okay, I'll have to watch it.
Basically, it starts. I don't want to ruin it. I'm not ruining too much here, but it starts off, and all the headlines are like, "We are finally almost beating COVID. We're finally almost over it," and all the kids are like 45. We can finally let lockdown be over.
Like beer guts and like big ass beards.
None of them get along.
Receding
They hate
hairlines.
each other
They don't
over-
even know each other
But
anymore.
yet, orange hoodie over here still just.
That is no.
Was,
It's
do you let her watch South Park?
Well,
sometimes?
That's good parenting right there. Fine parenting. I used to listen. I used to let Lucy watch. I used to play her Patton Oswalt, his stand-up comedy. Let her watch The State, and I think Family Guy, just because I wanted my kid to have perfect comedic timing. Like that's what I was going
Yes.
for.
You have to. Well, the problem is we let her be around us,
Yeah.
and sometimes I'm like, they don't say anything too different on South Park
Right.
than we do.
Yeah. No, she's not picking up anything from TV that she wouldn't get from you guys.
And CYS is probably like right now, like head over there immediately.
So their address is to. No, you guys are fine. Listen, look at her. She's drawing. She's a great drawer.
Yeah.
She's a beautiful girl. She's doing great. You guys are
So
doing great.
we were watching the other night. We just throw things on the TV when we're just hanging out in here.
On the TV.
So we put on some mud bog race redneck festival,
It's called Rednecks with Paychecks.
Thank you, Piper. Yes.
and it's just chicks in bikinis and thongs in the back of trucks dancing and drinking and all the debauchery that comes with one of these events. And Piper's like, I really want to go to one of them next year. It looks awesome. I'm like, yeah, it does look good. And what'd you say your outfit was going to be?
Yeah, what is it?
No.
You said, I know exactly how I dress.
What are you going to wear? Cowboy boots. Cowgirl boots, right?
Well, yes.
Your pink ones.
That's not what you said the other night.
So what did I say?
You said, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go barefoot.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to wear a bathing suit.
Yeah, but like a full
And-
piece one.
And I'm going to get a pair of pit vipers. The glasses.
What are those? Are those like the shiny, like...
Yeah, like the
There's
super
a-
flat.
Yep. Amazing.
I told as soon as bathing suit came out of her mouth, I said no
Well,
thongs.
she's going to get hit with mud.
no thongs.
Way to draw the line,
Because
Mom.
that
Good
is
idea.
all they had in that video. was
Yeah, but if
butt
I was to wear-
cheeks
if I was-
from here to
Here to
Mississippi.
there.
Mom,
I
if I
mean,
was to
like-
wear, if I was to wear like a full piece bathing suit, like
Yeah.
If you're going to get hit with mud
You
and
can
Coors
even do
Light,
bikini,
you're going to
but
have to
you
wear a bathing
are
suit.
not hanging your butt cheeks out.
See, those are pit vipers.
Wow.
Complete with mullet.
I was just going to say, the gentleman they
Yeah.
have displaying these with the
There's-
mullet, that's a real mullet.
Mustache. Yeah.
There's no good pictures
I
of
could
these.
have a mullet.
It almost reminds me of Kenny
Yeah.
from Eastbound and Down, right?
Yeah.
Yikes. Oh,
See,
God.
that's the look.
Is that man
neck
single?
tattoos,
Yeah.
everything.
Who
Right?
is he?
that's not what I'm doing.
Listen, if
Stop
these are the kinds,
accusing
if these are the kinds of guys at the event you're going to, Piper, I'm coming with.
She's in.
I need to get myself a mullet.
If
Yeah, you need to
find
get
a
a
neck
set of pit
tattoo
vipers.
guy,
Mm.
hook her up.
Yeah, yeah. Ask about his current felonies. If it's more than 2,
You're in?
I am. Sign me up. Did you hear? There's this one festival that's like the redneck. I don't even know what it's called, but it is like a shit show of redneck debauchery where like the police got called like 87 times. Someone got.
Jambo?
No, it's like a Jambo kind of situation. But
Is
yeah,
it a concert type situation, or is it just like is there some sort of event that it's around?
I think it's some sort of event. There might be like music there, but I know that the police basically just stopped responding to calls because people kept getting hit by side-by-sides, and like there was like I saw like a cart with like just spikes with like Coors Light, Busch Light cans on top. No one was wearing any clothes that fit properly, and it was absolutely incredible. It was like a Woodstock for rednecks specifically.
So they have a lot of those, and they disguise them as NASCAR races.
Right.
And
Country music festivals.
yeah, all that
Right.
sort of thing. Well, Shides. And you didn't even get to go to the good Shides.
Really?
No.
That one was pretty good to me.
It was pretty, yeah.
Ba-dum-bum. I actually might be going down to Tennessee to go to a show, and the venue is like a half an hour away from Jack, and he's like, hit me up, you can stay with me. I'm
Really?
like, thanks, dude.
I thought he moved away. He still lives down there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he
no.
got a hold of me on Insta the other day and was like, because I posted something, a song or whatever, and he got at me and he's like, I love that band. Here's another band that you might like. I'm like, thanks, man. I'm like, I've always wanted to go to a show at the Caverns. And he's like, that is a half an hour from my house. He's like,
No shit.
yeah, he's like, if you come down, he's like, let me know, you can stay with me and I can be your date. And I'm like, let's hang out.
Nice. I like
See
that.
ya.
I like that about you.
See, friendship. I'm all about building friendship.
That
Without
could
my
have been
pants on.
one of the worst trips in history.
Without your pants on.
Oh yeah, I totally slept with this guy. It was a lot of fun. We had a blast. Well, I did. John did not.
I
John.
have the trip from hell.
Yep. I'm gonna be okay.
And then,
Everything went wrong. The truck kept breaking down.
I did hear this.
yeah.
I
He
did hear
sent
this.
me. Did he tell you? Oh. This little portion of the story is fucking fun. So it breaks down once on the way there. John goes
Somewhere
in.
outside of Columbus.
But what was the name of the tools that we use that you're like, if you'd like a bad time, road gear or whatever the fuck it's
Yeah, it
called.
was like garage
Road
station
Pro.
tools. Yeah,
Road Pro. It was gas station tools, and he's
The
like,
worst tools in the world.
he's like, is your day terrible? It is now, Road Pro, because it just kept like it destroyed everything. So the truck broke once, fix it, blah blah blah. We get on down the road. We end up somewhere in fucking Ohio. We're at this like gas station stop where like truckers will come in from long hauls or they'll leave and they put their rigs there, whatever. So John has the hood up. Everything's going wrong. The belt, was it? The belt broke.
That was on the way home.
Okay, what happened on the way there?
The same thing. A fuel line broke
Okay, yeah,
on the way there. I was able to kind of cobble it together.
right.
We made it, and this was like, it broke like an hour, well, up by Erie, about an hour and a half.
Yep,
And I was able to take some Road Pro tools
Road Pro.
and MacGyver it back together again. And I'm like, we're good.
Yeah.
So we are basically at
The
Columbus.
narrator comes in. They were not good. They were not.
What is that?
Is somebody singing? Oh, is it the puppies?
What is that? Is it our dogs?
It's a dog howling.
Is it back there?
Is there like a? Oh my god,
Oh
is
my
he
god,
hurt?
it sounds like
Yeah.
I'm nervous.
Oh,
Should we go look to see if he's hurt? Somebody go look. Not me. Somebody else.
I'm gonna cry if I see a dog hurt. I'm not.
He might just be howling. Like sometimes dogs just howl.
unless
wait,
it's like,
it just quit.
was it
They shut the door.
was it Scott's dog?
It might have been Jed just going.
Like howling?
No, I don't think so.
I think it was a puppy, but I think it was a dog. But he might have just been howling. It didn't like actually like super hurt, because he would have been like yelping,
Yeah,
Would've
it
been
sounded like
good.
he was
just howling.
right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, okay, so Road Pro the shit together. So we get to this place in Ohio, and we're in this parking lot. John has the thing up. This guy, and he was a very lovely man.
God bless his soul.
God bless his soul. He comes rolling up and
You
like,
died?
No.
no. Well, he might be now. He was looking a little rough, but that's fine. So he rolls up. He has like a Jeep, or like a.
It's like a Cherokee or something, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was a Cherokee. It was like one of the Bronco, one of those fucking things. So he rolls up and he's like, "Looks like got yourself some trouble." We do, sir, and thank you. So he's like, "What's going on?" So John's like, "It's the end of the day on a fucking Friday. We cannot get this belt until like the next morning." They're checking it out. Are they good? Yeah? Good? Nothing? All right. If I get attacked by a werewolf when I leave.
It stopped.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't. If he was like hurt, he'd be like yipping. I would think it's just a dog. I think do a thing. Anyway, so dude's like, what's going on there? John's like, can't get the part until tomorrow morning till it opens, so I'm just trying to fuck with this to see if I can make it work, blah, blah, blah. He's like, well, I'll tell you what. He's like, looks like you're going to need a vehicle to get yourself in and out and go to town. So, how about you can take mine? I just got to get home. I knew his old lady's name was Rosie because that was the cutest thing I've ever heard. But he's like, got to get home to Rosie. If I don't get this beer home to her, she going to get mad. And I'm like, okay, I get it. Right. Your name's now Rosie. So, I'm thinking in my head, John is going to go with this man and drop him off at Rosie's and then take the vehicle and come back to the parking lot. No, 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 no. John's like, yeah, take this one.
I was working on the truck.
He was working on the truck, everybody. So I load my tiny ass, defenseless Pennsylvania ass into this fucking Bronco with this guy, and just John's like, okay,
He's like,
we'll see ya.
Just gotta run me over to the trailer park. It's just down the road
Just
here.
down the road a piece.
Then you can have this. And
Gotta-
then, wasn't there something wrong with it too? He's like,
Oh yeah, don't turn it off because you won't be able to turn it back on.
and I'm sweaty and hot and covered in grease and angry and frustrated, and I'm just like,
And crying.
I
And-
I've
shouldn't
never
have.
seen him like that.
I shouldn't have sent her with him.
No.
I'm never gonna see her again. So
Yeah.
So rude.
Just cease it. And then, oh, by the way, no fucking cell phone service. So yeah, so I'm with this guy, so I'm just like,
And you're watching the bars disappear.
Yep. just driving down this road, and then it's like I turned off the dirt road, turned on to the other dirt road, and then turned on to another fucking dirt road. And he's just like, it's just up here. And then I'm like, how the fuck am I going to get out of here? I don't know where I'm at, sir. He's like, oh, just go up here, take right, you'll find it. So as I'm going, and I'm just like, so, Ohio, huh? Like, what do I talk to this guy about? He drops me off, goes inside, him and Rosie, blah, blah. He's like, all right, just when you're done, leave it in the parking lot. And, like, such a kind man, did not try to accost me, but holy shit, that could have, like, John didn't even be like, here, take this iron to hit someone over the face with. Or I have
And
a
you
gun.
know he
take
had
this.
15 guns on him
Right.
at any point in
Nothing.
time.
He was just under the hood, barely looked up. He couldn't have recognized the man in a fucking lineup. And he's just under the hood, just, yep. Yeah,
Take
come,
her.
bring it back. I come rolling back in, like,
That's my
literally,
man.
just the look on my face. I just come in on the fucking thing, and I just pull it, just put it in drive, and I just
I give him
slowly
that look a
turn my
lot.
head and look at him, and I'm just like, I made it back. And he's like, yeah, I probably should have went instead of you. And I'm like, maybe. But at this point, John had forgotten that he had taken the cap off the oil or some shit like that and then started the vehicle. So there was just a spray of black shit all over the truck, all over John.
there's an oil
all over
slick running through the parking lot.
And I remember distinctly looking at John and being like, what is this? And he's like, my tears.
Welcome to my life.
Yeah.
So we made it after that.
Yes.
the event.
We did make it after that. That
then-
event was actually the event that John's like, have you heard of this new app called Tinder? And I was like, what
Oh
the
my
fuck is
God.
Tinder? So I downloaded a Tinder so John and I could have some fun. Because it's based on your locale. So like we're looking through these people.
It was the best.
It was amazing. The fucking monsters that you will get in a parking lot in Ohio, like deep Ohio.
Because you could
It's
set
incredible.
the radius to just like
Oh, yeah.
super local, like 10 miles, and then we just sit in
That
the
shit
camper
was
at night,
super local.
swiping through, and you're like, egats.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. Some of them were just like, I like boobs. Like, basically like
Right.
illiterate, and some of them just like, who wants to do it? And so John and I are going through, doing the thing.
Oh, it was a good time.
It was great. That was
Why
fun.
are you guys on Tinder?
Because John had heard of it, and I'm single,
We-
so I was just like,
We
well,
heard
what's
of it
this?
on the radio or something on the way out. So when we were just sitting around at night,
That
we
was
didn't
really new.
we didn't
It was
meet-
super new.
yeah, we
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
like meet anybody. We're just looking at all the crazy pictures.
Because John's like, you can look at people near here,
There's, like-
and we can make fun of them. And I'm like, yes, let's do
so
that.
basically, we could zoom into just Smethport, and you're just looking at everywhere
Can we, do that
went.
right now?
Yes, see?
Every
Bring
truck
that up.
stop
You
we
still
stopped
have it?
at.
No, I deleted it because then I actually forgot that I had it, and I got a super like on my Tinder, and all of a sudden now I have a boyfriend for 8 months.
Oh.
Yeah, he wasn't that bad. I got to have his dog for a couple, like a year out of it.
Wouldn't you come across a picture where it's like,
Yes, that's why
exactly.
we downloaded
And then
it.
we would laugh and laugh and laugh.
And laugh. And that made that slightly better.
Yeah.
For a moment.
So we get all the way out to Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
We had actually a decent time while
Yeah.
we were out there. And then I tried to fix the truck yet again while I'm out there in grass with Pro Tools or whatever.
Road Pro.
Road Pro Tools. I think we're okay for the
Is
trip
it
home.
broken? It is now. Road Pro.
So we're coming home and we're on, I think it's 70 that goes all the way through Indianapolis
Yeah.
and Ohio, that straight ass road that goes on
We
forever.
didn't even make it a fucking hour.
And all of a sudden, this is what Jen was talking about, the belt for the air conditioner broke. Boom!
Yep.
Fuck.
Yep.
So then we didn't have any air conditioning. It's
Nope.
the middle of July.
It is.
So we drove the rest of the way to Ohio till the truck broke down again.
Yep.
With the windows down.
Yep.
It was
that
awesome.
would have been
This
a
is
good
my
time
life.
To,
I was
that would have been
so
a good one to
hungover.
rip. That would have been a good time to
But-
rip one.
So
not
I'm
kidding.
I'm
This is
frustrated.
my life.
I'm
Slightly,
frustrated.
A little bit.
We make it into
Slightly, a little bit.
just inside Ohio. It's Sunday night, and the truck breaks down.
Oh.
We need a part.
God.
So we just, the next exit, we get off where we can. We wheel into a parking lot. And I said, Jen, I'm like, well, we're stuck here. And
We end up parking near a shit plant. So, like, we legitimately every 10 minutes would just hear whoosh, and then the shit plant would go and,
And then
do
a-
a thing. Yes.
and then a pump would kick on and go, ah. And
Every
then you could
10 to-
smell shit.
Yep, every 10 to 15
Because we
minutes.
thought, like, look at our luck. We found this empty parking lot right next to this, like,
Sewer.
pilot or whatever
Yeah,
it was.
well lit. There was a
We can
there's
get-
a
we can get-
store right
we
there.
can get food and beer and
Yep.
stuff.
And
We're
John
so-
couldn't understand why I didn't want to go
So
with
we-
a very small baby.
You could be telling
He
the
was
story
really
right now.
angry.
So we pull in here, like we're stuck.
Yep.
We can't do anything.
Can't do shit.
We can't go
Sunday
anywhere
night.
until some place opens tomorrow.
Yep.
Let's go get some beer.
Yep.
So we walk into the place. We grab a couple 6-packs of beer, and they're like, "What are you doing?" We're like, "Getting beer."
Beer.
You can't get beer today. I'm holding it.
Yep.
It's
You
Sun.
couldn't buy
It's
beer?
Sunday.
Nope.
In Ohio?
Nope.
Yeah, the different
Bible
counties.
Belt.
Yep.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
And you're
Like, I was just
you can't buy beer till tomorrow morning at 8
Well,
o'clock.
I'm stealing this shit.
I remember John got back to the camper and just walked in and walked up to the bedroom and goes, "Going to bed?" And I'm like, "Good night." It was like 6:30. I swear to God, it was still light out.
So tired. I was
And
just.
then to be continued. You walked into his bedroom to see a lake of tears.
Yes.
Just weeping, like the camper's
Openly
moving. Like, what
weeping.
the hell is that? John's crying in the fetal position in the bedroom.
And
Oh,
then-
it's
and
the
then-
worst trip ever.
So wait, you really couldn't get
No, we really couldn't
No.
get beer. And then we had a full other day that we had to wait. We couldn't get the part or something, but we
It
were
was a
in
whole
that parking
deal. I
lot
don't
for a
remember.
whole other fucking day just listening to the shit being processed. We eventually were able to get some beer, we got some food, and then we got back on the road Tuesday, finally got home, and John and I did not speak for a solid month. Like, we would pass each other in the hallway and just be like give like a trucker's wave to each other.
Oh
Just-
my god! But the funniest part was, and it's funny
Terrible.
now, is Jen hooks up with this fella out there,
Indeed.
and then to add to my misery, all she talked about the whole way home,
Was this fella?
and specifically his member.
Getting dick. Listen,
Piper left, by the way, for everybody listening.
if
Oh, and she'll be back.
if a man needs to be just praised for his good work, his solid work in life, who am I to take that away from him?
And
He
that's
did great.
all I heard about. So this 12-hour trip, which turned into like 36 hours.
Yep, went terribly
at
for
least,
you.
At least 30 of it. Like, oh my god! Like, it basically was a dick with a man attached to it.
It was.
and on and
Standalone.
on
He was
and
like
on.
a tripod.
And I'm just like,
It should have its own zip code.
and I'm the whole trip home.
Throw an
just-
orange around his waist and it would just like hover because it has its own solar system. It's incredible.
Wait, are you guys talking about like one of the
A planet.
Yeah, totally. Yep.
like
Whatever you were gonna say. Yep. Yeah.
Submarine sandwich.
A hula. Yeah.
A hula.
Yep.
Yes,
with
absolutely.
like the string
With an orange on it. Yeah.
tied to a ball that
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually,
Something
like
that.
they do have hula hoops that like have little balls that you can set on fire. And I'm trying to learn fire spinning, but I feel like I would set myself on fire.
No, there's
Okay,
like these
so-
ones that's supposed to be like for exercising, and they fit it for you, and then you go
Oh,
like this within a ball, and
yeah.
like
I would
it,
hurt
like-
myself. I would break my back in half.
it hit my back, and I'd start crying.
Right. Well, John, I deeply apologize, but like, listen.
Hey, it
Like
is
I
what
said.
it is. You know.
You had a bad trip. I had a great one. And I feel like if
So-
your day just went a little bit better, you wouldn't be so mad.
I feel like we were really ahead of the
Right?
time. We should have been recording that entire trip.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
It would have been the best YouTube video in the world.
For other people to look at. John, like, I feel like today, to this day, you still wouldn't be able. Like, I feel like you take like about 10 minutes and then just be like,
It was
I
a long,
can't.
long day. Because the problem was every time the truck broke down, I had to smash my hands in between
Right.
hot things.
You know,
So
John
I
and
was
his
all
hands.
I was
Oh, yeah.
all cut up and
You were,
burnt,
too.
and I looked like I was trying to wrestle raccoons or something, like angry ones.
Yeah. Your
And he-
arms were just
and
covered.
he's totally focused. Like I can totally see him.
You guys
sending
were
you
both wrestling
Oh, yeah.
raccoons.
with somebody that he didn't
even.
He couldn't even identify in a lineup.
Nope.
I could see you doing that because you're so into what you're trying to do.
Yep.
Yep.
Dad, you must
Jen,
mean raccoons
you
that
go
breathe
get this
fire.
vehicle, bring it back.
Yeah. 100%. Like, I at least, like, in my hindsight, I went and got the vehicle, did the thing. I wasn't getting weird vibes from this guy. He's saying, like, he
Right.
was a decent man, but I should have at least been like, John, look at him. Look at him.
Yeah.
Take a picture.
Take a picture of him.
Yeah. Get his driver's license.
Get his
something.
driver's, get
Yes.
his information in some way so when I don't come back from this, you can tell my family what happened. Now,
He's the worst.
now we know. So fucking
really
bad.
is.
I probably
I
should have went
know.
on that one.
But when
Honey,
he
25
is, like,
years.
working on something.
I was busy.
think he just
Yeah.
he doesn't hear anything anyone else says.
No. No.
Even when he's
Like
setting
when you
this
walked
up.
in and
Yes.
he was working on the heat.
No, when he's setting this up too, he does not.
He's like,
Yeah.
I'm a
He's
taskmaster.
hard. He's very hard.
Thanks.
He's very what?
I love him, but he's very hard.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
don't think he's hard. I
He's
think
hard.
he's just focused on what he's doing. And
Yeah,
so,
that's
like,
it.
and like somebody
sorry,
needs to
girl,
Say
go.
that.
because it takes me like 8 fucking years to complete something. So like John, to get something done, congratulations. But in the future, look at the man who's driving me into the back roads of Ohio without cell phone service
You know what?
Well,
to Rosie's camper.
To be honest, I have learned from that, and I've never sent a female friend away with somebody in a Jeep
Also-
/ Bronco.
Have you had the opportunity to? How many chances did you get on your
Probably a
daily?
lot.
Yeah, that's probably true.
None that I can remember.
in school, I can
Um,
relate to not like listening. Like if I'm like doing somewhat of like something in my math book,
Mhm.
and I am working on it so I can get it done to have computer time. Someone says at my table something I don't know. Like 2 minutes later, I'm like, "What'd you say?"
So you do.
You were
have
in
a-
the zone.
He does the same thing when he's doing something.
In the zone.
And I say something. He,
And
Yeah.
they're like,
So
"What-
you have a
what do
little
you
bit of
mean?"
John Anderson in you. Is
Just
that
a
what I'm
little.
saying?
Everybody says we look totally alike.
You do.
Oh,
Yeah. Sorry.
Just no beard and mustache. for you.
yeah.
Not yet. Live your best
Yeah,
life.
give it a couple years.
I mean, when you're 46, you'll have a mustache. But
When
I
you
just
hit like
plucked mine
15,
today. A little bit. I had a little bit.
good
Um,
times.
I'm leaving.
All right, see you.
are you gonna go grow your beard? Bye, Piper.
okay.
Thanks for coming.
Where are you going,
Thanks
Pipes?
for coming. Pet the dogs. Yeah. So, but it was also really weird that like it was just you and I on that trip because usually there's a whole cavalcade of people.
Right.
There's
Thank
cars.
God there wasn't.
Yeah. Could you imagine if we had like fucking Doug like
would have
tagged-
murdered myself.
Oh yeah,
God.
absolutely, 100%. No way. Nope.
Although,
She's name dropping.
if he was with,
Sorry.
we could have made him work on the truck,
Yeah.
and I could have just not got burnt. I could have just been standing off to the side.
Or he
So,
could have helped, or like at least he could have gone with the weird man down the
probably
back
got
road
raped,
and
though.
gotten murdered.
He could have taken a picture of the man and still made you go get the vehicle.
Yeah.
And watched Doug work on the truck.
Yes. Or John would have continued to work and Doug would have been like, "Did you need help?" Like an hour after the fact, and then John's in tears.
no one.
Most of my trips have gone better than that. I will say that, like, in my adventures, like, there's usually some fuckery that happens.
There
and
always is.
But that trip set, like, the precipice of, like, I'll never get to that point again. I will never reach that point of
I
just
don't
everything
think-
went so horribly fucking wrong.
I don't think I've had a
Cam
worse
says,
trip
"Travel with John."
except when that truck,
Sorry,
that
what?
same truck, caught
Yeah.
fire and burnt to the ground and running.
With the trailer attack, the camper.
When did this happen?
When we had Piper and we went
Oh, that's right.
and had to pull into a Red Robin parking lot and watch the entire truck go down in flames.
Oh my
with
god.
the camper
I
attached to it.
remember that, and
I
was
took
just
her
sitting
out
times.
in her car seat and took her across the road and set her down in her car seat.
See which color car would come past next. Yes.
Yeah, I tried to just keep
That's a better
her-
game than listen to the shit.
We
so
have good
you
times.
win.
It's a good time with John.
You win.
No, but
It's
I
good
was
times.
calm.
Oh my
You were.
I was
god.
just eating my
So-
chips, drinking my drink, and watching the car.
The truck, you never got it. They wouldn't total that. Is that what
No,
happened?
it was a complete clusterfuck.
Right. Yeah.
We ended
okay.
up having to, I had to
Now
go
I'm
back down
remembering.
and get it.
Yep.
And
Yep.
it was a nightmare.
Yep. Yep.
It was a nightmare.
No, thank you. Well, I mean, maybe just don't drive that truck with a camper attached
I
to
sold
it anymore.
it.
Right.
I got
Yeah,
rid
it's
of it.
gone.
It's gone.
Okay. Good.
She came tonight and said, because John's like, can you please just call Jen? I'm trying to do this. She doesn't know where she's at, whatever.
Right.
So I call and you're like, I'm at a place that says our address.
Right.
But I don't see a single vehicle with a little Power Shop
Which
sticker
is-
on it. And I'm like, oh. And I walk out the door. I'm like, hi. And you were in our driveway, but we actually don't.
Where's your truck? Where are the trucks? Where are the things?
Excursions put away for the winter.
Okay.
So I have the white car. John has the white truck. That I believe has a sticker on the back of it, so you couldn't see.
Oh,
it 'cause
okay.
You pulled up.
This is seriously incognito shit. Like,
Yeah.
there's no little Power Shop trucks. There's nothing that's like, there's nothing with a lift kit out there that I can see.
You're right.
There's
Yes.
nothing like, and
There's
then there's
nothing-
like kayaks on the side, and y'all don't strike me as the
that's
kayaking.
not our.
Those aren't
Yeah.
our kayaks.
Right.
It's not our
But
yard.
seriously, this is
We're
the most
watching for a friend.
incognito place.
Until you come inside,
And now
and then
it's,
it's everywhere.
we're in the man cave.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful man cave.
I've been working very hard on this.
It's a good sound. I miss beer.
No, don't do that.
What are you gonna? Where are you gonna put the microphone? Don't do that.
These guys in there.
We make noises as John gets.
You know what's really dumb of me? You guys all hit the springs, so it pissed me off. So I bought myself a thing that doesn't have springs,
None of us.
but it doesn't help with this problem.
Oh, I see.
When you twing this.
Yeah, twing it.
Twang it. Oh, okay.
Do yours.
Do it.
How loud? How do you?
Oh, you can't hear it if you have the
can't hear it.
headphones
Yeah.
on.
Oh,
If you have
okay. Wait, no. Why?
Just
no.
try it.
Here.
Just for a second.
Here, this is annoying. Put these on.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's not annoying. John only gets
you hear it
annoyed.
now?
you have
Yeah, I
to
can hear
dong
it.
it.
So ready?
Dong it.
That's my lame one.
Now try yours.
That shit sound.
Yes. So every time you
They're
put
all
your
different.
Oh my
every time you
God.
put that down,
I love. Oh my god, I
Can
love
you-
it so much. It sounds like a haunted house. I'm into it.
Oh, can we go again?
Yes. Oh my god. Which one did we go?
There was they were so Jen and I went to Rolling Hills Asylum in where the hell was that? We totally got lost.
It was in
I
New
got
York.
lost.
It was in New York. It used to be like the old Rolling Hills like sanitarium or like the it was a poorhouse. It was a poor farm.
Isn't it up by Rochester, up that way? or
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
it that far?
Yeah, it's like 2.5 hours away.
Well, she and I
the
actually love that kind of shit, and John hates it.
It was great.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, we went.
It was
It was
amazing.
so much fun.
The guy leading the tour wanted to live in my pants. Like
It's true story.
he
True story.
every time I did something, he was like, "So."
Tell me more.
Like just 100% like
Yeah.
he was inches away from me and I'm just like what's happening, and Pam is discreet clearly, so she's just like, he wants to be inside of you, and I was like, yes Pam, thank you.
Time. Yeah. It was so.
He wants to
much
crawl
fun.
in your mouth and live in your body, and I'm like, I get it.
Like we were walking through the whole thing, like, and They were actually pretty cool about
It was
but
very,
they
very
got featured on something.
They got featured
I
on
wanted
BuzzFeed. They were on BuzzFeed, Unsolved, or the Ghosties, or whatever it is, which I love. Ghost hunters have been there before. Also, did I tell you the creepy ass story that happened to me when I went back there with Jason?
No, I don't think.
So Jason and I went. My ex-boyfriend, he was a tattoo artist, body painter, just all around Renaissance man.
And you were doing photography.
I was doing photography for him. So we went to the Rolling Hills Asylum, and it was for a like Halloween, blah blah blah. So this is an old, like super old building, super creepy, and they go full into the creep. They are into it. They are just like, come tell our ghosts that you want to fucking punch their face. That's what they love. They run through your halls and tell us that our ghosts are terrible, so they can come out and interact with you. So we went, and Jason's friend Leia decided, like, he was body painting her, and he did like a full creepy girl body paint, like white makeup, like veiny, like old Victorian dress, body painted on her. So the thing was, when we were done, Leia, we had the whole run of the asylum. We could go downstairs, upstairs.
So wait, she did this
Yeah.
in there?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
She got body painted in the asylum, in like the room where we went to watch the movies. It's an old church. They had like
So
church
cool.
pews and a casket at the front because, again, they're full into the creep. There's a little room off to the side, which is like a social hall, that they had turned into this like little craft vendy fair, blah blah blah. So people were vending. Jason was body painting, and when we were done body painting, I had my camera, and Leia, Jason, and I could just run around the asylum and take pictures of Leia looking like a fucking creep and me following her around. So we go, and most of the floors have been redone to look fucking creepy. Like they like put like a little baby carriage in like one of the rooms. They put like a mattress like made out of straw, and they put like a body indent in the mattress. Like they make it creepy. But the bottom, the basement, they did not fuck with. It is how it was back in the day, and that makes it fucking weirder. There is a fucking what is it? Barber chair. There's a barber area set up there where it is dilapidated. It is broken down. There's an old barber's chair, and Leia has a flair for the dramatic, and I love her. But she like crawled up in the chair, and she's like, rah, like doing a whole thing. We went down a little further, and there were these rooms, and Leia did this thing where she kind of drooled, and when she did, she fucked up her body paint. So Jason's like, now I have to take your ass back upstairs and fix your body paint. So they're like, Jen, stay here. Again, no one gives a shit about my well-being. I'm the first one to fucking go down. And like me, I have my camera, or I'm like in the mode, and I'm not thinking about it until I'm immersed in the situation. Then I'm like, oh, this is how I die.
Maybe they just feel like you can hold your own.
And I have to this point. So,
As you've proven.
fingers crossed.
You're very street.
Yeah. Wait until it happens. When it does happen, no one's going to be surprised. They'll be like, oh, yeah.
I mean, when somebody says street, I think Jenn Stillman with her
Right away.
gluten allergy and her love for
joints.
cats, she can 100% take care of herself. But carry on.
Cat, like, her 9 o'clock bedtime.
Yes, is very sturdy.
Nothing says.
Yeah.
So, Jason and Leia go back upstairs. I'm downstairs in the basement of this 1800s asylum by my damn self. So I'm just like, well, I got my camera. Let's have some fun. So I'm walking around. I'm taking pictures. Bam, bam, bam. So I get down to the bottom. I get down to the end of this hallway. At the end of this hallway, there is this door with like French doors with like panes of glass and like light coming from the outside. Like there must have been a window or something in the room, coming in and shining through the double doors into the hallway. So the light kind of spilled out onto the hallway. It's all concrete floors. So I'm taking pictures. It looks cool. At that point, I see, hand to God, just foot, like somebody walking right past, like bump, 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 like walking right past the door, coming towards me. And I was like, oh, Jason and Leia must be on their way back down. Okay, here they come. So I go back to the like end of the hallway to wait for them, and I get there, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm like, finally I text Jason, and I'm like, where the hell did you guys detour to? And he's like, we're still upstairs. I'm still fixing Leia. And I'm just like, So who's walking around with me then? And he's like, no idea. So then him and like the tour guide, again, no one gives a
Once
shit.
again, nobody's really
No one
that
cares.
concerned.
No one fucking cares. So I go back and I hang out in the barber section, which is not better. But then Jason and Leia and the guide, we had a guide. She came down and I was like, what's that room at the end of the hallway there? Because I saw somebody walk by. Like I clearly saw somebody walk by. And she's like, that is locked. She's like, it's a locked room. It's a supply closet. It doesn't go anywhere. She's like, it used to be a patient room, but not anymore. And I'm like,
Creepy.
okay. I'm like, are you sure? She's like, pretty sure. So we went up to the door and like rattled the doorknob. Locked, completely locked. She's like, there's nothing in there. You can't get there from anywhere. Like, it's a room. It's a locked room. There's no exit except for that door. And I'm just like, can we go then? Can we leave? That was fucking super creepy. But it was during the day, so I stayed and hung out like afterwards and stuff. But it was super, super, super creepy. I'd go back.
I'm trying to find your pictures from there.
Oh God, you're gonna scroll
But
for the
you have
rest of.
so many pictures.
I post a lot of pictures, mostly of my face. You're welcome.
You have a very photogenic face.
Only when I take my picture, though. If somebody else takes my picture, I look like a weird pan-faced alien. Aw, Mel. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out when that was
it'll just do this.
that I took. Yeah.
I don't know how I did that, but I'm not going to touch anything.
How do you even know what year you're on?
Well, we see Jason, we see my ex-boyfriend, so we're in that realm.
We're getting closer.
We're getting closer.
I've already scrolled quite a ways before
Uh-huh.
I put over on here.
You can pretty much gauge my life by what boyfriend I was with at the time. And these are the
It's
Jason
like an
years.
archaeologist.
Yeah, seriously.
He's like, obviously,
Like,
the
keep chipping away at
boyfriend
it.
dating. This is a Jason era.
Oh, the Jason era, yes. Things were calm, kind of spooky. I took a bunch of pictures of shit. Yeah, more recently, not
I
as
thought it
as
was cool
calm.
going there. I like that kind of stuff. John
All right, I don't mind. I
John
don't-
hates everything
No,
about it.
no, no.
He hates scary.
He is.
I hate corny production
He's
shit.
like, I don't need
Yeah.
that shit in my life.
So
Not
I
even
would go-
just watching a scary movie. He won't.
I
do
would
it.
just
go-
told you it wasn't production, though.
Yes, it was.
They-
She just said it was.
They
But
do
the
it.
locked door.
They do it up. Yeah, that was that.
No, no.
I think that was on
I would.
its own.
I don't have any problem. I would like going to check out like an old abandoned
Oh, right there.
hospital or whatever. Oh, 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 oh.
Go. Yep, that's Leia. That's That's the
Ooh.
body paint right there.
Oh, there's.
And
See?
yeah, yep, that's all body. Well, except for a bra.
Oh my god.
I don't
Yeah,
know
he
how
even
to
did up the
share this
nails.
on the-
And yeah, they do it up. They make it spookier, and they make it, like a little baby carriage in the corner, and like fake cobwebs and like handprints and stuff. They do that. So, but it is an actual like Rolling Hills asylum. It was an
When
asylum.
she and I went, it was not like produced or whatever.
No.
You know what I mean?
and I
So
like
was that the building?
Yes.
The red one?
yeah. That's one of the rooms that yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that
It's
Yeah.
a spooky looking place.
it's
Yeah, it legitimately
It's
is
pretty cool.
spooky. Like they do it up.
Are we still there?
Yeah.
Nope.
That's the downstairs. That's the door.
that's
That's
the
the
French
door.
door.
That's the door. And you cannot mistake somebody walking across there. And it was 100% somebody walking across.
Is that still the place?
Yeah.
yeah.
That's one of the bathrooms. That's cleaner than my bathroom. And then they have a little sunroom that they had like, it looks super nice. It was super cute.
Her
Wait,
wrinkles look a lot like mine.
She not wearing a shirt? Is that all paint?
No, she is wearing a bra, but she is not.
But this is all paint.
That's all paint.
Holy shit!
Yeah, Jason's
But
really
this
good.
is all.
all paint.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, Jason's really talented. He was on that RuPaul show, the Fresh Paint or whatever it was.
Her construction show. RuPaul only has a couple shows.
The construction, yes. Well, RuPaul rebuilds houses. That one. He was on that one. It's the first season. Didn't last very long. That's my asshole kid.
That's cool.
Yeah, so he was on he does like body painting challenges and shit. And he's really good. But yeah, so he did up Leia and we ran around. I got the shit scared out of me.
It was fun.
Places that are legitimately scary just because they are actually scary, I'm into. places that like a haunted hayride or something
Right.
like
Yeah,
that.
that's
That
Productions.
Yeah.
Productions, yeah.
See, that's what I was saying. Like, I would happily go to a place and just check it out, but I don't want to go there as soon as they start charging you to walk around in there. Because they're trying to make it a thing and make
Yeah.
it cool or whatever.
yeah.
Like, I've always wanted to go check out that tunnel that, you know what I'm talking about?
Pennsylvania Turnpike?
Yeah, that is abandoned.
Yep.
Like, I would go check out cool shit like that. It's
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
creepy.
Why is it considered?
It's something about they
Haunted
went
or
around something.
Yeah.
And they just abandoned this tunnel.
Yeah, they built like it was functional for a little bit, the Pennsylvania Turnpike, and then they rerouted. They built like a new highway system, so it just got completely abandoned.
And then they just gave up on it.
Like the Yellow Dog Village used to be like a mining village, like in Pennsylvania, and they built all these housing for the miners that worked there. And then when the job ended, they just were like, "Fuck it,"
See ya.
and left the houses as is.
Or
And
that
then-
Centralia place
Yeah.
that, with the gas.
You can't
burning.
really go to Centralia anymore.
It's
It's
all blocked
private
up?
property.
Oh,
now,
really?
I think.
Christy and I went, and it was really neat, very unique.
Is there like shit on fire?
There is stuff on fire. but
Nice.
We were not allowed to
Yeah.
go that
Bummer.
highway. That there's all sorts of graffiti.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
I
They-
haven't heard of that one.
I would love to go check out like an old missile silo type. Like, that would be my holy grail of getting to see abandoned shit.
There's one, I think, in Potter County.
A missile silo?
I'm pretty sure that there is an abandoned munitions
Oh,
something.
Are you talking about there's that where they tested rockets and shit?
Yeah.
Well, aren't missiles rocket?
Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
yeah, I've
It's
never heard that.
Yeah.
but it's like there's these bunkers where they tested
Yes.
all the jets and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm talking like one of those ones that goes deep in the ground. Like where you have to go down in the ground.
I would
like
fall.
one of those missile silo things like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I want to go check out.
Okay. I would
But
follow my
that place
dad
looks pretty
immediately.
cool. People go there all the time.
Yes.
But I feel like that's not haunted, so it doesn't really have.
I don't need it to be
The-
haunted. I
that
just
I
need it
want
to be
it to-
cool.
Yeah. The abandoned place that, like, Sister and I went to a abandoned resort in the Poconos. And that was super cool. It wasn't, like, creepy, like haunted creepy.
Why was it abandoned?
Back in, like, do I want to say the 40s, 50s?
It's not the one that smoke is rolling out of the roads, right?
No, that's
No,
Centralia.
we just talked about that while
Yeah.
you were going to the bathroom.
Yes.
So no, the back in like the 40s, 50s, rich people that lived in like New York and stuff like this, they would want to take their family on vacation, like Dirty Dancing, and they would go to like these resorts in like the hills of Pennsylvania, Poconos. It's a beautiful area, blah blah blah. So they would take their families there. Well, then like air travel started to become more prevalent, so you could go anywhere you wanted to, and so these like all-inclusive resort, blah blah blah, like Dirty Dancing, shit like that, started to kind of go by the wayside. There was a fuck ton of these things in the Poconos, and they eventually just like left them, and so now there's a ton of them. And the one that Jen and I went to, Grossinger's, called Grossinger's Resort, and there's pictures all over the damn internet of this thing. You can find it. It, like, I think, what celebrity got married there? Elizabeth Taylor? I could be wrong. But, like,
Which time?
yeah, right? It was one of them.
When it was still open?
She had a better shot at it than anybody.
Yeah. So, like, there's a pool area that, like, we walked in there, and all of a sudden, like, we realized, like, the floor is fucking squish. Like, we took, like, 2 steps into it, and we're like, we're gonna fall down and die. And there's, like, signs everywhere that's like, please don't trespass here, but, like, honest to God, like, it's kind of like, hey, don't, all right.
Don't
Right.
do that.
No, don't.
We suggest
Yeah.
you don't trespass.
Right. So we like were trying to be all like dun 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 dun, trying to get up there, and like these teenagers were just like watching us walking up the main road. Like no one.
They
Gives
do it all the
they-
time.
yeah,
Yeah.
no one cares.
So have you been to the Dudley Hotel in Salamanca?
No.
So they used to have a haunted house.
Where's the Dudley at?
If you come into Salamanca, get off by the Red Garter, and you get to
Oh,
the
okay.
main deal there, you
Yeah.
take a right in this like 200-year-old hotel.
That
And
sounds
it's-
neat.
Really?
I don't know if it's open anymore, but they had
Oh,
it.
okay.
there's a whole bunch of history with it, and so they had a haunted house there.
That's
And
cool.
so Lucas was 4 and recently divorced. So I wanted.
He
to
was
be-
recently divorced
I
at
was
4?
recently
Oh, I
divorced,
was like, fuck.
and I
He's
wanted
got a
to
worse
be.
dating life than I do.
I wanted to be Dad of the Year.
Aw,
So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take him to the haunted hayride. So we go.
that'll do it.
But he wasn't scared. And so when we leave, we're eating donuts and cider.
Aw.
It's like 9:30 at night. And I hear this advertisement on the radio. I'm like, hey, you want to go, buddy? Yeah. So we walk in the door, and there's a line, a very long line.
Oh, shit.
And they come and they make me sign a waiver. For him
Take
to
his
go.
kid in.
And I should have bailed at that point.
It can't be
But I'm
that
like,
bad.
how bad could this
It
be?
can't be that.
Was it scary? Was it that
was
scary?
very scary.
Oh,
So
shit.
come to find out, you have a whole bunch of these college kids,
Okay.
and it's set
Ah,
up for
jeez.
adults,
Oh.
just trying to scare the living fuck out of you.
Yeah, I'm scared of college kids anyway. So, like, that honestly would,
A
like,
4-year-old? Can you even imagine
No.
taking a 4-year-old?
I feel like.
And
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
mean,
go
good
ahead.
try.
so it starts, and you go upstairs, and it's like a long hallway of like Psycho type thing. And there's just endless doors.
Oh.
And you go in the very first door that we opened. We walk in, and there's this gruesome looking lady laying on the bed with like a fetus.
Okay.
Yes.
I swear to God.
Yep.
4.
And she jumps up. I'm gonna eat my baby.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh fuck! I got like, I'm
couldn't-
already on the tour. I have
Abort,
my
abort,
4-year-old.
abort.
Yeah.
My kid's like clinging to my leg.
Absolutely.
And we go in like 3-4 more rooms.
And then, wait, who's the asshole that let you go in there with a little kid?
No
He
kidding.
signed,
Like
he
somebody-
signed the waiver.
Yeah, but did they
some-
mention, like, hey, the first door you open is going to be a woman trying to eat a fetus?
Yeah, like somebody at the door should have been like,
At
not
4,
with the
he
kid.
probably didn't know what a fetus
So
was.
I'm feeling like it
But
wasn't
if he
my
saw
fault.
it,
Yeah, it's definitely their
like,
fault.
the visual is there. You don't need the proper term when it's burned into your retinas and now you're in therapy.
So
He still talks about it. He's 17.
I bet.
All right, go
But
ahead.
there
that's
were
all
still
fake
several.
shit.
After
Like-
this, there were several scary rooms, but nothing to the very first door and the last door. So the last door, you go in and you're with a group of like 5 or 6 folks, and
A 4-year-old.
a 4-year-old.
Very nice.
And as we come in, the other group they open the door, and it's like you can see they're going down into some creepy basement, and the door just closes,
Oh.
and the whole room's black
Okay.
Perfect.
for like 10 minutes, and you're just
Oh.
waiting, like, and you
No.
can just barely feel people next to you.
No.
And nothing happened.
Yeah.
Wasn't there
Yeah.
a red dot?
That's more frightening than anything.
There
was
was
a
a
red
little
dot.
red dot in the
red
corner.
dot.
So then they just open the door and they're like, bye.
Yeah. It's over.
No, then we were led to the basement.
Oh, my
And
God.
that turned into I carried my kid. So as we proceeded to go through the basement, there was like all this old woodworking equipment and things of that nature. And we took like 3 steps, and people just jump out from underneath the tables, and this real chainsaw comes
Okay.
like, and my kid at this point, like, I'm carrying him, going, where the fuck is the exit?
You have to get out of here.
Don't tell your mother. Don't tell your mother.
You know, I'm just at this point wanting to get the hell out of here. And they did a really good job.
Yeah.
I mean, they did what
So
they
he still talks
wanted
about it
do.
to this day.
Yes.
Yeah.
17 years old.
He's still
Yep.
to his therapist.
13. Yes. No.
When
yes to me.
when
It's
you
like,
get to the end of the basement, there's this creepy ass old elevator. It has the
Oh, the
like
doors.
the wire door,
Yes.
and then the actual door, and you get in there, and there's some lurch looking dude that just gives you the evil eye, and they take you back to.
And then you just point to your child and be like, we're
Main
just
entrance.
trying to leave.
That guy was really good, and there's also 3 or 4 other folks.
Dear God.
But yeah,
I mean, good try. You tried.
Good stuff.
He's still talking about it.
It was a bonding experience. See, so it did work.
I was always a sucker So what was Insidious 3?
Oh yeah.
No, I don't watch that shit. There's no reason.
John won't watch.
We went
scary
to the
movies.
theater.
Yeah, because he's scared.
Yeah.
I just
You're
yeah,
terrified.
I don't
It's
wanna
okay.
be-
You can say it.
There's no
See, it's
reason
all
for
the
it.
fake shit. It's like the real stuff that messes me up.
Yeah, I can watch. The one movie that I cannot watch is Sinister, and it's the one with like Mr. Happy or whatever the hell his name is, and he like watches the old movies, and all of a sudden there's just this weird guy in the background with like the ashen white face, and all of a sudden he'll like move and like look at the camera real quick. That shit scares the hell out of me.
Yeah, I don't need that in my life.
Yeah.
Is
I'm-
that at the very end?
Yes. Well,
What?
it's throughout the movie, but then at the very end, you figure out who is Mr. Happy, you know, and like it was 2:00 in the morning, and I'm like going like I
Nope.
barely ever
Nope.
have cable, and I'm
Nope.
just like, ooh, Sinister.
Nope.
Like an Alzheimer's patient, I forget that this movie terrifies me. So like a half an hour in, I'm like, what am I doing?
Well, and I can't watch stuff because Piper gets scared very easily.
I'm not. I like
So-
this.
I
See what
You
you've done?
like that she gets scared?
Yeah, I don't want to watch any of this shit.
You don't
ever.
like any scary?
No, it's just to me, it's just dumb. I don't need the shit scared out of me when I watch a movie. Like I'm good with just watching
but
a
it's
movie
all
and being
fake,
like, "Oh,
so
that's
you don't
nice.
need to be scared.
Oh, that's nice. The dog was
like- It's
all
reborn
fake.
again
I
or
like
whatever."
scary.
You're totally going mom style
I
on and
love
be like, it's
scary.
just ketchup. It's just, he's real. He's alive. You can see.
I don't need to be anxious when I'm watching a movie. I just want to relax and watch a movie.
So I have something to tell you.
Okay.
Remember a few weekends ago when we were watching the UFC fights?
Yeah.
The very good card.
Yeah.
Remember that night?
Yeah.
And we were like, why is you said that's Halle Berry, and I was like, no, it's not. So then,
The movie?
have you watched it?
I almost watched it yesterday, but I didn't.
I watched it.
Is it
What
good?
movie is it?
But I didn't want to
Bruised.
cry.
Watch it.
I was worried I was
It
going to
was
cry.
super good.
Will it make me cry?
Is it sad?
It is.
What was it?
Bruised.
Oh,
The
I
UFC
watched
fight,
it.
you watched part of it. I watched the rest of it.
The one
this
where
morning.
Halle Berry's like a single mom,
You-
and she used to
but-
be a UFC fighter, and
But
then
she wasn't a single mom. She gave her kid to the dad, and then the kid came back.
spoiler alert.
Sorry, no.
fuck.
I've
No, that
officially
happens
turned into like my
first.
grandfather. I don't want to watch any new shit. I will just turn on the same forensic files that I watch all the time.
No, seriously,
and
watch
listen
that
to
one.
straight up
'cause
murder.
Do you like UFC fighting?
Nah.
I usually just look for The Rock. I'm like, is The
serial
Rock is
killer.
The
The
Rock
Rock
in a
plays
movie?
The Rock in every movie
Every
that
movie.
he's in.
Yes.
So you're really not going to get any
So the other one
surprises
was
there.
True Story, Kevin Hart. Oh my
No, I
God,
haven't
that's
seen that
another
one.
one.
Is that
It's
about
like-
murder?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Kevin Hart,
John's all
comedian?
about
Yes.
Marvel movies.
But I had to Google.
I want to watch serial killers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to
Watch
put
True
an
Story
end
too,
to the ID channel.
because he thinks he's gonna die.
Yeah,
Because
there's
I
a good
might kill
chance.
him.
I mean,
You just have to find her notebook.
So
It's not healthy for my well-being.
It's in my phone.
I come in
I-
at night. Pam's always
I
watching
have an actual
Hoarders.
notebook.
Yep.
You know what?
Makes you feel better about your stance in life when you
Also-
watch
Catching
yours.
Killers. That's
Also,
the new one
the
I'm
murderer
watching.
shows.
Yep.
It always
I love it.
bums me
two
out
that I just-
because
Snapped.
the people are already dead.
Yeah.
They never save anybody.
No.
It's always like, oh my god, they got married. They're perfect for each other. They raised 3 kids. Everything was going great. They had great
Until
jobs.
it
They
wasn't.
Yes.
Boom, boom,
And then it's
boom.
always their friends. You know, and I'm just pretty much normal guy. We just drank beer, and then one day, like, oh, like, why do you watch that?
We knew she was going to kill him one of these days. When I heard he's dead, I said, she finally did it. It makes me feel good. I like to watch that shit like after I go through a breakup, which is often. And because I'm like, at least I'm not these ladies. Like some of the
Right.
shows are just like, he took all of her money. He had a gambling problem. He had 3 girlfriends. Spent his money at Lady Jane's booby den down the road. No one had any idea. And then he murdered her to get life insurance. And I'm just like, okay, so
I'm not that
I
person.
like
I'm not that
Snapped
person.
because it's always the chick that's
So-
killing the dude.
Jen, did
My
you?
favorite one was when
John pauses, stares
the
at
lady
Pam.
had she was a chemist. And
Oh,
she
yeah.
had a 50-gallon drum full of acid. And
Into
she
it.
Just killed her husband. Put him in it.
Yeah.
And he was sludge.
I
by the
mean-
time.
Jen, did
Yeah.
you happen to
Did
watch
she get busted?
the
Yeah,
You
eventually.
series?
What's that?
You haven't seen You?
No. No, the
Oh my
guy?
God.
Yeah.
No, I have not
Watch
watched
it.
that.
He's
good?
always. I'm gonna wait till the camera comes around. He's always hiding behind something,
Yeah.
and it looks like this, stalking the chick, and like
And it's always because of you.
I don't
And
know
it-
how nobody ever sees him.
The you always
It's so
changes to a
romantic.
different
Yeah,
girl. You is always a different.
And
Are you on the last season?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Okay.
finished
Oh, wait, did you
it.
finish the last
yes.
season?
So like the premise is that
He's not even
he's
the
a
craziest
murderer,
person
right?
in
No,
that season.
his wife is.
Spoiler alert.
He would like to think of
Just
himself
John.
as not.
Okay.
That he's driven to
Well, I
become
mean, he didn't have a choice.
a murderer. Yes.
And when you watch
Right.
the show, he sometimes doesn't have a choice.
You're still rooting for him. It's like, you better get away with this.
You guys are making this really difficult for when we are actually like interviewed by Forensic Files or something, because Pam's over here like, I like when the woman does it, and he's like, sometimes the guy didn't have a choice.
he doesn't
So
have a choice.
how the fuck am I going to be like, well, we knew one of them's going to get it, we just didn't know which one.
They know, everybody, all of our friends know. I mean, it's going to come down to a battle of wills.
Do like they open the door to come in the garage like,
They're going to be
"Hey,"
like, which one
looking around first.
is dead?
Yeah.
Because
Again, I live alone. This is amazing. My shit.
Yeah.
I know when I go home, my house is exactly the way I left it.
Well, you hope.
Well,
If it's not, then it gets creepy.
yeah. Then I'm gonna like look in the back room.
Shit.
There's gonna be a guy like,
Remember me.
and I'm gonna be like, God damn it!
I
At
gave you
least,
a ride.
at least do the dishes. Yeah.
I gave you a ride.
right.
Go home to Rosie. You're drunk.
But like in our situation, John has all the weaponry, but I have all the will
Yeah.
for the death.
Yeah. You're
of
pretty
the other
wiry.
one.
I feel like you will.
Yeah.
You'd be able to.
But I think weaponry would win out over will.
Is this a challenge of some sort?
No.
I'm
No.
not
I
yet.
have no weapon.
What?
Weapon.
Easy
I
for
have
to
one
say.
you can
God.
borrow.
But my will, he'll be dead.
Oh yeah.
He will be dead before
I don't like
am.
where this is going.
Okay.
It's okay. We love you.
Not at
It's
all.
okay. We love
Listen,
you.
no one's
Well,
Nobody's
no
dying.
one's going
Nobody's
to
dying,
die.
Sonny.
I feel
I
like
am
this
getting
is,
hungry.
Wink, wink,
though,
wink,
so-
wink, wink,
I was
wink,
going to
wink.
say, I feel like we're going to have to end this podcast like right here and
Oh,
let it be a cliffhanger.
Bum, bum,
See,
bum.
see who's still alive next
John
week.
lives.
Actually, what time is it? I do have to go. I have to pick up my
Yeah.
kid. So
Well, thanks for coming.
Thank
This
you
is a
for
good time.
having me. I'm so happy that I could talk about weird dudes that I had sex with and ghosts. My
Yes.
favorite
Oh my
topics.
God.
I-
Did you have
I-
anything
I
you
can't-
wanted to cover?
No,
That
that's
we-
basically it.
I
That's basically
can't-
my life.
All right.
I can't wait to isolate just that little bit.
You're welcome.
And that's going to be the title of the podcast. Guys I had sex with and ghosts.
And ghosts. That's pretty much the only thing I do talk about. And murder. And, you know, once in a while I bust out a customer service. Like, oh my God, how can I help you? But for the most part, it's basically just dick and weird shit. So,
That's why it works for us.
yeah.
Really.
I'm glad that I can be everyone's favorite guest. This is why I was guest number 1, 2, and
Yes.
3,
4.
and 4.
And 4. 1
Just
through
keep
4.
inviting me back.
1 through 4, and
You
then
kill
he's stuck with me for.
And like I'm not even drinking. Everyone else here is drinking, and I'm over
I
here with my
know,
ginger
that's
ale,
not
just like
fair.
so wiener.
Here, let's pretend that's
Pretend like this. I have to drink to do this. All right. Well, thanks guys for having me. I'll be back. I'll come back.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.